Okay, guys, very welcome back finally to the Fantasy Chancer, the fantasy football show we bring you each and every week here on the Upper Tier podcast on YouTube. Absolutely buzzing for the season to be back. Got a nice little taste of it last week with the Carabao, or not the Carabao, it's just slightly less important. The Community Shield, where Arsenal ended up victorious over Manchester City. Nice positive start to the season. Quite enjoyed it. It was a very competitive game. Both those teams were well in the game. Erling Haaland looked a little bit sluggish. That was the only kind of takeaway from it. But absolutely buzzing to be back. And first things first, to join the league. The league will be automatic renewals for people that still have their details from last year. If you've lost your details, you can type in this code here. It's TRJA64, and that will bring you into the upper tier fantasy football for this season. Now, I am guilty every year. I think I said this on the first show last year as well. I usually play my wild card like the second game of the season. That's going to be a bit trickier this season because with the transfer window open and a lot of uncertainties around someone that I like to build my teams around being Harry Kane, I may just have to wait for a couple of more weeks until that window shuts, and then boom, I'll play my wild card and see where I go from there. But basically, I wanted the access of Salah, Saka, Kane, and Haaland. They were the four players I wanted in my team. With all the uncertainty over Harry Kane at the moment, I had to take him out. And by taking him out, obviously, I freed up a lot of money, made some changes here and there. So my team now will not look the same when the window closes. But I had to make a few alterations because Kane's a very important part of my fantasy football because the guy's never injured. The guy scores 30 goals a season plus assists. So I just had to completely rip up the script, I guess, from what I was going to do. And I'm going to take you through my team now. So just going to zoom in a little bit on that. So as you can see in goals, I've went with Bird Leno. So the reason I went for Leno is quite simple. 4.5 keeper, going to play every week. I wanted to free up some space for some attackers, and that is pretty much what I've done. So in the back line, I have went for three players from last season that were exceptional, and that would be William Saliba, Sven Botman, and Dan Burn. And then in the middle of the park, I have Mo Salah, Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, and Mitoma from Brighton and Hove Albion. So they're the four players that I've kind of condensed into that midfield, and I used the Kane money to get those players in and kind of give me some extra funds to bulk up the midfield because I was dealing with two Luton players and they were 4.5 and 5 million. I'm not quite sure what kind of way Luton are going to play this season or who's going to play. So for the moment, that suits me better. Up top, then, obviously, Erling Haaland, captain. I can't help but not, even though he was a little bit sluggish last week. But the business starts this week, tonight, Friday night. Burnley at home to Manchester City. If anyone knows how to play Man City, it's Vincent Company. I don't expect to see as expansive a Burnley side as we did last season in the Championship because they could easily get ripped apart if they play that style of football in this league, particularly against an outfit like Manchester City. Beside Erling Haaland, I have put Eddie Nketiah in. And the reason that Eddie is in there is because I freed up some money from Harry Kane. Gabriel Jesus is injured. I put Marcus Rashford into my midfield. So I had the option for a cheap striker, and I'm just going to put Eddie in for a couple of weeks until the window shuts. And it looks like Jesus' injury is going to be long term. So you would think that Eddie is going to be playing games unless Trossard comes into the Arsenal side, which he should. But will he? We will have to wait and see. And beside him, then, a man that I expect big things from this season if he can keep his form, and that is Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. So that is my starting 11 for this week. And on the bench, then you can see Lucas Fabianski is there, Nathan Collins, Pereira, and Baldock. Now, since I've actually made this video, I have actually changed it on my phone and I've taken out Fabianski and Baldock, and I've put in Matt Turner from Nottingham Forest and Lisandro Martinez from Manchester United. So in the meantime of me making this video, they're the changes that I've made to my bench. And I'm quite happy with the squad built without Kane because I feel it's a stronger squad, but I feel like having Harry Kane in there will just bring up those points no matter what. So in a couple of weeks' time, when the window is shutting, I'm going to kind of reevaluate things and see where I'm at. But for the moment, that is the team that I am going for. Now, so once again, guys, if you want to join this league, it's TRJA64. Now, I hope to be doing a lot more of these videos this year, and I'm going to try get a few live ones done as well. They're going to be short, maybe 15, 20-minute videos. I've got a lot of stuff going on with my own podcast and stuff like that, but this is something I want to continue on the upper tier as it grows and takes it to a new level this season. You already seen during the summer with the guys adding some wrestling content there as well, which is always welcome. So that is what I'm going for, guys. Hope to see you all in the league. Send the league to your friends. The more, the merrier. We'll get this thing going. And best of luck to everyone this season. And I look forward to having the banter with you all.